They didn't run because it chased them, they ran because their bodies began shutting down. In 1952, 5 adults walked into the woods of West Virginia after seeing a towering shape with burning eyes, and within minutes they felt nausea, pressure in their chests, and a fear that didn't feel like their own. What they discovered that night wasn't just a creature in the trees, it was the moment they stepped somewhere they were never meant to stand. Welcome to Lost Delivery. Under blinking eyes. On an early autumn evening in 1952, inside the Maynard living room, Thomas Maynard listens as Ruth Lawson describes the towering figure she saw above the forest ridge, her hands trembling as she recalls the glowing eyes. Deputy Harold Briggs attempts to dismiss it as a meteor, but Sam Carter insists they drive to the woods before night fully settles to see for themselves. Just after dusk, on the dirt road bordering the forest, the group steps out of Sam's truck, where the trees stand unnaturally still, as if holding the last of the fading light. Because Ruth identifies the same ridge in the distance, Thomas agrees they will walk only as far as the clearing, to settle the matter. By nightfall in the clearing, Eleanor notices the crickets have stopped, and the air carries a faint metallic scent that wasn't present before. When Sam raises his flashlight toward the ridge, a tall silhouette briefly interrupts the beam, its upper frame wider than any natural shape. Moments later at the edge of the clearing, Ruth clutches her chest as nausea overtakes her, and Deputy Briggs steadies her while insisting fear is the cause. Thomas steps forward to test that explanation, only for his own heartbeat to begin pounding, irregularly. Closer to the ridge near midnight, they advance cautiously, and the air grows heavier with each step, as though pressure is descending from above. Eleanor observes that the symptoms intensify whenever they look directly toward the figure's position. On the slope beneath the ridge, shortly after midnight, Sam deliberately shines his flashlight straight ahead, revealing 2 glowing eyes fixed at a height no man could reach. Instantly, dizziness crashes through them all at once, stronger than before, forcing them down on knees. Still beneath the ridge, in the dark woodland, Thomas orders a slow retreat, and with each step backward, the crushing pressure eases slightly, but never disappears. The eyes remain motionless, while the trees around them appear to lean inward, narrowing the space. Near the tree line, in the late-night darkness, Deputy Briggs fires a warning shot into the air, believing force might break the hold over them. The gunshot echoes flatly, and is swallowed by the woods, and the nausea spikes again, in direct response. At the truck just before dawn, Eleanor recognizes the pattern. Every act of approach or confrontation worsened their condition, while retreat weakened it. When Thomas orders everyone inside without looking back, the pressure subsides as soon as the headlights turn away from the trees. At sunrise, in the Maynard kitchen, pale light filters through the curtains, as the group sits shaken but alive, their symptoms reduced to faint tremors. No movement stirs in the woods beyond the window, yet none of them suggest returning, because they now understand, the forest does not need to pursue what crosses into it. The glowing figure never advanced because it didn't need to. Every step they took towards it was met with worsening symptoms, meaning the encounter was never a hunt, but a boundary test, and their bodies were reacting to a place not built for human life. If you ever hear of something standing at the edge of the woods, and doing nothing at all, pay attention to how your body feels, and follow for the next story, where the danger isn't in the chase, but in the boundary you don't realize you've crossed.